Hello! I don't want to do yung intro. Andren, do yung
Sige.
intro.
good, good evening, guys. This is the Gaming Gamers. We were gonna call it the Dangerous and Awesome Podcast, pero we decided to go with Gaming Gamers. Like formerly pharmaceuticals, they stole that from us, pare. Yung Gaming Gamers, yung formerly pharmaceuticals or whatever. Yes, kami nag-originate nun. So, ako pala si Andren, yes. Comedy Manila's Phantom of the Opera. With me is Giselle Nicolas. Introduce yourself.
Go introduce yourself. Do
I
the
thought
work.
I thought I was the Phantom of the Opera because I was unwanted sa Comedy Manila. Uh, no, I am Giselle Nicolas. I am a comic book creator. Uh, Today I'm very stressed. I just finished submitting yung pages namin for Pen Lab sa Hiwaga, yung aming
Nice.
Hell yeah.
supernatural comic book na it's gonna come out. Grabe guys, I've got to tell you, this new digital age of comic books where I have to do almost 5 times the work for nothing, amazing. This is just a new wave of slaving away at an art form that no one cares about or pays money for. And I will never get published. And I'm gonna cry now. Pero I'm very happy with the work.
At least
Someone
you're
please
proud.
read it. Kasi
I'll read it. Yeah.
ang ganda nung scrolling effect. I totally don't hate na nag-iiba yung font size dahil I have to make it readable on a on a fucking 4 by
Smartphone.
3 inch screen, and fuck lang talaga how we have to do these things. Anyway, I don't know what yung point ko. River,
Yeah,
who are you?
Oh,
yeah.
I'm River Cruz. I exist in this podcast and outside this podcast. I'm more interesting in the podcast though, so that's a quick disclaimer. Let's talk about video games, guys.
Yeah, hell yeah
Okay.
about it.
Let's talk about
remember
wait
remember when this was a
before
video games podcast?
no. Before anything yung ating virtues, yung ating mission statement. Ito yung hierarchy, ito yung Maslow hierarchy ng podcast na to. First, intro, and then our weekend, and
Right.
then video games
Then
if we
video
get
games.
to it. We
Yeah.
get to it.
If we have 5 more minutes, we'll talk about video games. But let's talk about our weekends first, guys.
Who wants
Okay.
I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kasi, I recently watched the trailer for the new Saints Row reboot.
I watched that too.
And
I haven't seen
I'll
it,
start
but
with
I've heard yung reactions.
I'll start with the good. The art style is great. The graphics is great. Right? It's so good.
Sure.
Like
It's
I would
purple.
yeah, but kasi if they translated the lumang style, it wouldn't make sense. It's really good. Okay, now
It's this sounds
The
like
Now your
someone's
real
heart
opinions.
that's about to break. This is what I'm
Dude,
hearing.
the characters are so corny, pare.
I know.
Para silang mga TikTok stars na may action movie. It's so bad. Like, there's this girl with glasses and colored hair, of course. There's this wacky guy, wacky, nerdy African American guy who like parang nagbebent, para siyang fucking sa US, alam mo yan, yung mga nag-help you, yung sa mga iPod stores. Yeah, the one who
Oh.
fucking helps you. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's
Who's this person you're talking about?
but like it's just so I hate using that word woke, but it looks so it looked like
I-
it was made by woke people.
You know what I hear, but like what I heard was the people in the game look like they're on Twitter too much, and it seems like it's a parody of a conservative what they think woke people are.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, like it's like I was rooting for the bad guy by the end. Fucking, oh, this car blew up.
See, is this Al Jaffe ba yung gumawa ng bagong Saints Row?
Kasi
This-
literally there was this line. Don't harm my friend.
I was gonna say the exact same
So-
thing. That part, I was like, if she said crew, I would have been like, okay, that's cool. They're still a crew. They're a gang. But she says friends, and I'm like, that doesn't. Saints Row isn't about friendship. It's
Yeah, I
about.
know.
It's
Like ang main issue ko lang. Okay, fine, be whatever, be 2020, 2021 or whatever. Pero how about some humor? Kasi that's the one thing that I love about Saints Row
yeah.
3 and 4, in humor. And fuck it. I don't know, man. So corny.
It. Have you guys heard of the game I wish I didn't start the sentence. Have you guys heard the game? Because I forgot the title. It was just really forgettable Xbox One exclusive game. That's one more reason, you guys. Sunset Overdrive. That's what it's called. I don't know if you guys have heard of
Oh,
it.
I heard.
yeah, that's
I
like a
thought the
Jet Set.
people loved that game.
Yeah, Jet Set
Yeah, but
Radio.
it's this. It's
Yeah.
funny because that game came out in like 2015 or whatever, and
I
in even in that year, in that moment, the characters already felt dated. These
Yeah.
characters in the new Saints Row trailers feel like they came straight from that game, from
You know,
2015.
I know na, no, it's just been what, 5 minutes, tapos I'm gonna talk about Tony Hawk now. But that's the whole thing that they did about your Tony Hawk remake is like, we're gonna make every skater that was young older. Kasi like, it can't possibly be cool to see, alam mo yun, it's like, it was such a like a 2000s game. Parang, let's just make it older. It's an old game. Ganun. So people
Yeah,
should be old. Anyway, that's the funny thing about trying to make youth culture. Tapos yung gumagawa ng mga games that are like
they're like
35-year-olds na
yeah,
parang, I haven't
Yeah.
seen sunlight in 30 years.
And like sobrang beaten down na sila by like management and like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. And like it's I don't know, man. It's because I think Saints Row, the original Saints Row, you 3 and 4, they strive by being the underdog, meaning like they strive
yeah,
being like, ooh, we're a GTA clone, but let's make the most out of it by fucking putting in dick jokes and toilet humor.
yeah.
And then they,
You
they
know,
really
That's
you
where
did
they
know yung
well.
shine.
problem
Yeah.
then the Saints Row team is facing. They can't be a GTA clone because GTA hasn't come out with a new game in how many years?
Yeah,
Dude.
well, that's
Same
all the more
fucking
reason.
game.
All the more reason to be a GTA clone because now that space is like just unoccupied. So like, why not make a GTA clone game
But
since
GTA is already a parody of
of
itself. Eh. So
itself? That's
it's so
true.
hard to like, we're the
And all
wacky,
yeah,
we're
and
gonna charge you for the things.
You know, part of me is hoping that this was just a joke trailer. Like
oh
somehow,
man,
like
that would
pag,
work. Yeah,
yeah, do sa second trailer, like namatay silang lima kaagad.
Also, you
That'd be
start
so
playing as
funny.
Raiden at yung parang tanker
yeah.
sequence.
Oh, it's so
You know
good,
what? That's
man.
the problem with Metal Gear Solid 2 being that brilliant. Everyone thought na ganun sa Death Stranding. Na parang, no, no, no.
Yeah.
There's gonna change after 20 hours. I guess this is the game. What?
I'm just delivering
Uh,
The
boxes.
tanker sequence is not ending.
Oh fuck, para fighting the president of the United States, man. Fucking-
But I think that
That
was the
game, by the way.
problem. Yeah,
Sorry,
go ahead.
go ahead, River.
No,
Go
I
ahead,
was gonna
River.
go back to the Saints Row thing, but what were you gonna say about the game?
A quick thing lang about like yung Metal Gear Revengeance.
Oh yeah,
Like it's first of all, great name. It's a combination of revenge and vengeance. And I played like the start of that game lang. I just watched my friend play it. Na. That thing starts off with the boss battle and it crescendos to a death metal theme song, and I'm like, this game rules. And I
yeah.
never played it again.
Platinum games. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think I have the wrist strength when you swipe with the sword. But I was just
So
gonna
go ahead,
say,
River.
like, the problem that Saints Row faced after 4, like you said, like the whole value is that they're underdogs. But by the time Saints Row 4 happened, you're the president now. Like, where else are you gonna go? How are you
That's
still the
funny.
underdog after that?
Yeah.
So I feel like they painted themselves into a corner, and now they're just going for this um woke sort of assembly
Critique.
line GTA
Kasi,
thing again. I
para
don't know.
these fucking woke people that are paying off
No,
student debts for the rest of their lives, they should really be taken down. These people who
yeah,
who can't afford houses.
they're
I'll
the
never own
real
a house.
problems.
No, the real problems are the people buying into this shit, man. The joke. Yeah.
Someone pointed out na parang, you're not doing your game any service kasi no one likes that caricature of people. Even those
Yeah,
people who are
even the
being
woke
made
people.
fun of
Yeah,
don't like that. So like, who are
Mhm.
you catering to? Except,
exactly.
kasi even the conservatives who would agree with that would be like, I don't want to spend 100 hours with these
Yeah,
assholes.
playing as the opposition, and
That's why
meanwhile,
you have
yeah,
silent protagonists in games because some
yeah.
people can't
That's
stand
why we should
listening
all
to
just play
people talk
Dragon
for.
Quest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start playing Dragon Quest. Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And one final thing, because I don't want to be a Debbie Downer or whatever, but like, it looks really good. It looks really pretty, and the style is great. And yeah, hopefully,
yeah.
like maybe not joke trailer. Maybe it's a really, really good game when it goes out. First
'Cause-
impressions lang. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's all.
For me, because graphics can only ever get better. For me, like whenever a game looks good, it's not enough for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just jaded, but like
Yeah.
a game already looks good by default most of the
Mm.
time. Naman, eh. I guess it's
Ah,
just more of looking unique. I guess,
mm.
It's
but
hard.
they
It's
did
also
look
hard.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's also
artistically,
hard.
it looks nice.
Yeah,
It's
that's
also
true.
hard for a game to be sold on humor,
Yeah,
since I
Yeah,
think
humor is so hard in video games.
and no, it's not
Yeah.
just that it's hard. It's like if you're thinking about 100 hours, that's you're gonna. How
yeah.
many good jokes do you have in 100 hours?
It's-
That's
Mm.
impossible. Alam mo yun? Like I mean, alam mo yun. Anyway,
And two quick things lang before we move to your guys' weekends. I saw the trailer for the remaster of of Tsushima for PS5, and oh my
oh,
god, it looks so good, dude.
I want you to play
Oh
that
my
game for some
god,
reason.
fuck, it's so good. Like akala ko maganda na yung sa 4, pero goddamn, parang textures, I don't know,
They look
ray
extra
tracing or what.
the
slanty-eyed.
It's so
anti-aliasing,
yeah,
the
dude,
bump
and
mapping.
dude, the characters still look the same, parang yung character models. Weirdly enough,
I
pero yeah.
yeah.
And one more thing, I recently got into Pawn Stars, so that's all. I just it's fun seeing
I love
people
the.
bring out, and it's fun seeing all these sweet people being screwed over by that guy from Pawn Stars. Like, ooh, sinabi na nga nung expert guy nila, this could be worth 50,000. And then, okay, sabi naman ng guy sa Pawn Stars, I'll give you 20,000 for it. So, you heartless piece of shit, buddy. And this girl was old. I can't make money because I need to break even and blah, blah, blah. Fuck you. Fuck you, guy. Whoever you are.
I love
So,
that. I love those things. I was into Storage Wars. That's also great. I
Oh
love that.
yeah, same. I used to watch that on TLC when I had cable, but now I don't have cable.
no,
Do you just have Deadpool now?
Yeah.
tayo
Pretty
tawa
funny.
din. Shut up, Giselle.
Thanks, Dad. Okay, sorry.
How
Go.
about your weekends, guys?
River.
Okay. My weekend, I was suffering from the side effects of the second dose of the vaccine. It's
Boo!
been a while since college that I slept for a whole day. That
Oh,
hasn't happened to me in a long time. That happened to me on Saturday, so I lost my entire Saturday because I just went to sleep.
What do you
And
mean you
then
didn't grind in like a obscure in like
I
ano
wanted it, dude. You know what's
JRPG?
funny? It's I slept next to my DS. I was holding it. I was like, okay, as soon as I wake up, I'm gonna continue Dragon Quest 7. But it didn't. I woke up at like 9 p.m. and everyone was already like getting ready for bed. I missed dinner. It was just I
I
don't know.
wonder
It's wild.
ano. I wonder if it's like it's a value of transposition or something na parang
mhm.
River can't grind this weekend, so Jocel's gonna be playing all of the RPGs because
Yeah.
si Andron's into K-pop now, so like Jocel's gonna play an RPG for 100 hours. Dire
Someone's got to, yeah. Someone's got to fill the
Hey,
RPG
I
quota in
brought
the
some
podcast.
gaming news.
Okay,
But yeah,
okay,
but
good.
to make up for lost time, the day after that, I bought Psychonauts too, because yeah, I was like, Screw this." It's a long weekend. Monday I didn't have work, so Monday was gonna be Psychonauts day. The day before that was me downloading the game, and
Is it on Steam?
I love the game. It's on Steam, luckily, because when Microsoft bought Double Fine, the developers, I'm glad they didn't lock them into like Microsoft isn't even doing this anymore. Where like their games are only on
Nah,
Xbox. Now
they're
it's
cool
just
about it.
they're on PC and Xbox now. They're cool about it. They're like your stepdad trying to get to
Yeah,
know you. They're
I
really
think
cool
it's
about it.
I think it's a situation na parang people might double buy, double fine.
That's true.
They'll double buy from like I play this on Steam, but I really want to play it on my Xbox because
Yeah, because I
I'm
think
an
you can
idiot. I'm gonna
migrate your
spend twice.
save. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I couldn't wait, and Psychonauts is one of those games that's on like the games that define me. You know, like oh these are your top three games, blah blah blah. And like it's funny, I don't know what it is, but I feel like the game industry is specifically catering to me, River Cruise,
Kaya
because
pala ang pangit tumalo ni River, sobrang janky.
yeah, because like the world ends with you is this game that I loved on the DS when I was a teenager, and then suddenly like 14 years later the sequel came out, and then now Psychonauts, and it's just strange. It's so surreal. I feel like I'm back. I guess that's kind of the appeal. But yeah, Psychonauts 2. We'll talk about it more when we talk about game sequels. It's just
Uh-huh.
it lives up to my expectations. I'm just so
Alright.
happy because I've been disappointed so many times with like long running like oncoming sequels that have been anticipated. And it's hard. It's hard to make a game live up to everyone's
Yeah.
expectations, especially a game with such a long wait time. Like I bet the people that are playing Psychonauts 2 now have never even touched the PS2 controller, which is where I played it. And
Mhm.
it's funny, like you know that they factor that in that new people are gonna play it because they put a short cartoon in the beginning
That's
of the
so
game
cute.
that explains the whole story of one in just like this brief couple of minutes. And yeah, I'll delve more into like the
Nitty
mechanics of the
gritty.
game later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, nitty gritty later on. But overall, I really enjoyed the game. That's all I did this weekend. I just made up for lost time. I clocked in 12 hours now
The
in the
fuck?
game. Yeah, because I was knocked out on Saturday, so I had to make up for lost
You had
time.
to wait. You had to be productive and
Yeah,
play a
Yeah, dude.
child's game for
I
12
really want to
hours.
hear what the fucking new mechanics of
yeah,
that game because
it's
that game
amazing.
fascinates me because it just
Yeah,
passed by me when I was a kid. Like yeah, oh
It
yeah,
is
I
it is
was
a great. It's the Double Fine aesthetic is amazing.
yeah, and that was the game before they became hacks. Or I don't know. I don't want to say that's a bit mean, but they kind of lost their touch along the way, as it is with most developers. But this one is
what
kind of
games
bringing
did
it
they
back.
make?
They made Brutal Legend after
That's a
Psychonauts. That's the
shitty
game
Those,
with.
game. I hate that game.
it was pretty cool.
I liked it at first, but then it became a real time strategy. I thought it was gonna be a fun hack
Yung
and slash with
tanker
Jack Black.
section niya. I thought it was a fucking beat 'em up, and then but what the
Yeah,
fuck?
it became a real time strategy. Like anyway, and they made Broken Age. That's the other big game, the point and click adventure game, and they made
Why
a they
why
made
is
Gang
that?
Beast. They made Gang Beast. That's another big one.
Why is
Oh, okay.
yung Brutal Legend like yun yung thinking ng marketing parang what are the two things na we will sell to metalheads? What do metalheads like? Beat 'em ups and tactical or
RPG
tactical
tactical strategy games.
strategy
Yeah, but
games.
pero yeah, ang successful at that they did that type of formula with was Splatterhouse. Have you guys played Splatterhouse?
Oh, I've heard of Splatterhouse.
More
But
on
It's
I
great.
haven't
yung
played
It's
it.
remake,
great.
yeah.
It's
I gotta
better.
look
It's
that up.
just a simple beat 'em up lang. So yeah.
It
How
as
about you,
it
Jessica?
should be. It seems
Yeah.
like such a meathead game na parang like just to kill. Ang ganda eh, you know.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
so weekend ko. Oh, I got to play Miles Morales a
Oh,
bit,
nice.
and then kasi yung brother-in-law ko got to borrow like a PS4, and I got to play God of War. Yung little nephew ko was playing God of War, right?
Yeah, it's
The
a great
new
game.
one.
Great game.
Uh we'll talk about this more in the sequels, but like I am so surprised how stripped of its original identity
Yeah.
it is. Like it's just parang oh, you just slap this on sa Last of Us and then you add in like a combo system
Yeah.
and then it's like kasi I played the original God of War so parang the original God of War was like DMC. It's like Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
It's parang what the fuck is this people talking, and then he's walking, he can't jump. Why can't he jump like a fucking madman like the old games? Ganon. It's a dumb kid. Na part he's traumatizing every step of the way.
Yes.
Um,
Someone called it a
Boy.
bad father simulator.
he's chopping down trees. It's like um, everything is a cinematic.
Yeah, it's great.
Is it
No,
like one
I
cut?
want giant buttons coming up sa gitna and then I have to press
Circle.
it. Yun yung cinematic. I want giant obnoxious buttons when I'm fucking opening a door or like chopping down a tree. Parang press this 100 times. No, it's fine. It's just very jarring. Like me and
Yes.
my brother-in-law were talking. Parang this is. What if you just played yung original, tas you start playing this? Mapapa, what the fuck? It's like, huh,
Yeah.
it's very different. But
I mean, the
it
fact
is.
that they just called it God of War without like a subtitle, it's
But
pretty
like
strange to me.
I understand it's like changed to Kratos, so the story had to change. Ganon. That fucking guy, yung MMA guy, that's Loki,
Yeah.
right? The fucking
Yeah, he's
Loki guy.
Loki.
No. No.
Oh, wait, is he
Oh,
not
it's not
Loki?
Loki. Yung first guy na super
It's
bloody. I
si
can't feel anything.
si Baldur. That's Baldur.
That's Balder. I
Yeah.
was dumb. I thought it
Oh,
was
dude,
Loki.
you're
That
not
is
gonna play
Balder.
it. You're not gonna play it naman na, pero Loki is in the game.
I know, siya yung kid, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry for everyone who's
Ah,
watching. I knew that there's a
Yeah.
switcheroo kasi like ano.
Yeah.
Hindi ba
It's
yung
not-
ano? Hindi ba yung si Al Jaffe yung bata? Anyway.
Pero dude,
Uh,
that game has such great references because you played the start, diba? And yung nahulog yung cloth, yung Kratos. Tas, oh, yun yung chains niya dati. It's representing
Oh,
the
is that
shades
the thing? Okay.
everywhere.
Oh.
Okay.
Could
I
have been
thought na
mixed up.
parang, whoa, he's just not really tying his thing together.
Na, natatawa rin ako sa game na it starts with you chopping down a tree.
you
Like,
know,
parang,
it's weird sa akin. That game is so heavily censored.
Is it
Like,
really?
no, no,
really?
no. It's like, yung kills, they're all like,
Off screen?
fluorescent blood when
Ah,
dati you
Uh,
would fuck chicks.
yes,
Like,
yes, yes.
yun yung dati. Pero it's so up. No, well, I'm just thinking about kasi sa Sony side, parang, this is gonna be a launch game. Everyone has to be able to play this. Na,
Mhm.
okay.
like, little, sort of little kids could play it, ganon. So it's not as in your face. Kasi that dude, like yung dating God of Wars were basically like a GTA type game na parang you're gonna get fuck chicks and like gonna get blowjobs and make quick time sequence and whatever. This is like this understated. Dati it was like it was Skinemax and now it's
Yeah.
AMC.
That's true. And it's
Ah,
funny, like that's also like the favorite channel of the dad. Or like that's the evolution of a man to a dad. Like, oh man, let's watch like Hacksaw 5, The Revengeance. And now they're watching like, oh dude, let's watch Breaking Bad or something.
Let's watch Hell's Angels now because
one
I'm an adult.
one thing then that's why that game was so successful in God of War is like people were so parang tired out na with the
Mm,
Batman combat, yung Batman
yeah.
combat system, and this one, dude, like it gets pretty
Stupid
intricate,
combat.
intricate as like you can play that game using the shield. Yun lang. You can go different ways. You can just use your fists by the end of that game. You can just find different ways. You can play that game long range. In
Mm,
purely long
Cool. I
range. You can
like
just
that.
keep tossing your axe. Yeah. Pero, yeah.
yeah. I like yung combat. It's just not ideal kapag you're playing with kids and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
may cocomelon sa tabi mo and then may it's just I was yung little nephews ko are so cute kasi they got into NSYNC now at sa mga Backstreet
Oh
Oh.
Boys
wow,
at
okay.
Westlife. Kasi yung mga magulang is like, ito pakinggan nyo. Kasi the week before, it was all like, Weird Al covers na panay
Oh,
Michael
That's
Jackson
cute.
stuff.
I love that. I
So
love
it's
that.
so they
I
went
My
that's
from
big.
that to
Bologna.
like Backstreet Boys at Bon
My
Jovi.
Bologna.
So parang nanonood ako nung fire scene with the late yung asawa ni Kratos and then tumutugtog it's my life it's now or never and I'm like this is really undercutting yung drama ng scene na to and I can't take it seriously.
You know, you can wear earphones and connect it to your PS4 controller so you can just listen
No,
to the
kasi the
game.
kid was playing, so it's like it's
Oh,
the living room. It was the
okay.
living room. It's not as if marang I'm just gonna connect it here, and so no one can hear anything.
I'm gonna be immersed in this world.
Yun lang.
Yeah.
That was my weekend. Bukod sa playing. Oh, you saw yung aking setup na Super Nintendo. I got yung Nintendo DSi large ko
Oh,
recently.
okay. So
Um,
you're gonna get a
I'm gonna
freaking what's it called?
refurbish
Good
it. Eh.
card?
Yeah, I
Okay.
got na yung R4 card. Tapos
Nice.
I'm gonna be that guy na parang you know yung yung midlife crisis guy na parang about a Corvette na luma
Yeah.
na I'm gonna restore, ganon. I'm gonna
Mhm.
clean it up. I'm gonna do that pero like
With the DS.
DS.
That's kind of charming though. I like that.
Yeah, I'm real fucking charming. Okay.
You know how many
That's my
Dragon Quest games you can play on that? There's like 4
I'm gonna
Dragon
play
Quest.
I'm gonna fucking play Dragon
Yeah,
Quest.
you know how many Pokemon games you can play on that, Giselle? Like you
Yun
can
nga
play
eh.
Black
Dude,
and
yeah,
Black
you
2.
can play
Black.
Gold, Silver.
Yeah.
What would you what would sa mga Pokemon sequels? What would you recommend is a good Pokemon sequel?
Soul Silver.
Soul Silver. I bet, but technically that's a remake. But yeah, that's a good sequel, I guess.
You get
Yun yung
you get
remake of the original, right? That's
yeah,
like
Of
second
Gold and
gen.
Silver, yeah,
it's
yeah,
great.
yeah. It's great. I
Sobrang
love it.
sulit.
Okay.
Mm.
I've never played a Pokemon game except the yellow up to the first gym and then naghang
Yeah,
yung
kasi
I
the
heard,
first gym sucks. You fight Brock and you only have an electric type Pokemon. Like
yeah, and you're gonna
this,
lose
this is a
100%.
fish. Dude, alam mo kung gaano kasi Raulo yung kapatid ko si Joma. Like, kung gaano siya ka-addict dun sa Pokemon Yellow. He defeated Brock just by using Pikachu. Yung quick
Just
attack
brute
niya. Kasi
forced it.
sobrang over-leveled na.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Android
kapatid mo
school
nga
of
yan.
gaming. Yeah,
Yeah,
makes
Yung
sense.
kapatid nga kayo.
Uh,
we both
uh,
have ADHD.
So, ano, we're going into like the sequel stuff.
Yes.
yes, yes.
Basically sequels like that lived up to the expectations, to your expectations, or that disappointed you. Like,
I
let's
have
go
I
with
have like
yeah.
so many thoughts about sequels because like you remember I think since December I played Dark Souls and then Dark Souls 2. I
Mm.
played Super Mario 64 and then Super Mario Sunshine. I played Tony Hawk 2. There's so there's so very interesting changes between yung first game and then the second game, and it's usually for the better.
Yeah. I'm actually interested in to know like what kind of sequels do you guys prefer? Because there's like for me, there's like two schools of thought when it comes to
Okay.
sequels. There's you do the same thing but like bigger and more ambitious, or you do something totally different and like defy expectations. Because I
Oh,
feel like most people tend to do the first one because it's cheaper, I guess. But
Yeah.
there's some games that like really change it up bigla and
I
people
feel like I feel
remember
like
it more.
most sequels to games are like just extensions of the first game, and then yung developers are like, this is what we should have done the first time round, so
Yeah,
we're gonna do it
now that
better
we
because
have a
we have
budget, this
budget.
is what our original vision was. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we're gonna repackage it and call it, put the name of the game and plus by the end. So yeah. Yeah.
But who wants to go ahead with their favorite sequel before I talk about Psychonauts 2?
I'm searching for.
I
Oh,
what
yeah.
huh?
My favorite.
Ikaw.
It technically isn't a sequel, pero like it was after Tony Hawk 3, Tony Hawk 4.
Yeah,
Like
no,
Tony Hawk
Oh,
4,
4
that's a
was the
sequel.
first one. That's a great sequel.
yeah, it was my favorite one. Kasi first of all, it had Eddie from Iron. You can play as Eddie from Iron Maiden, and it had like the sickest soundtrack. Para it had fucking like the Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden, Muska Beats,
Yeah.
fucking going back to Arizona and DMX. Then Tricky, sinong kumanta ng Tricky? Hindi to, Adidas ng Run DMC. So it was like, I think that was the last game that hindi, it didn't go overboard with the, you can walk now. Oh, you can drive things.
I think
The Tony
No,
Hawk
yeah.
that
game.
that game also has like driving that feels like Flintstones character ka. Kasi parang skateboard pa rin yung kotse.
Exactly. Like fucking, ooh, I think I could do a kickflip in this. But it's, yeah, it's, it shaped me as a person. It is.
No,
It is one
same.
of
I
the
mean,
best.
I used to do
Yeah.
the same thing. Like my brother and I would play the split screen, and then we'd play in Alcatraz. That was our favorite map. And then we'd, for some reason, play a bunch of songs from Nickelback to Fallout Boy, just
Yeah.
random songs.
And that's a great example in Tony Hawk game in River because you said now let's make the same thing but with a bigger world and like
Yeah.
tweak mechanics. Because you remember Tony Hawk benefited from that, but when they took a risk and like made the new thing which was Tony Hawk's Ride, you remember that?
Oh my God,
That
yes,
was a
yeah, I
piece of
remember
shit.
that.
Dude,
Other
my
one,
friend actually had the skateboard tool.
I
But
hear na yung sequel nun, na Shred, is actually a good game. The first one was shit. And then no one paid attention dun sa sequel na gumagana na yung board. Kasi like, you can
Oh,
only get
because
yeah,
shots with
also
that.
your mic got disconnected. I think
yeah,
you're
Yeah,
yeah.
it gets muted sometimes.
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like I'm in a I feel like I'm in the LTFRB and I'm getting my license renewed, and someone's calling my name on the speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Wait. So is that the first you played all the Tony Hawk games and then
I
four,
haven't
right?
I haven't played the first one, which is
Okay. Yeah, I never played the
pretty old.
first one either.
Yeah.
But four was my
Three.
first one, which might make you guys feel old. But four was the first Tony Hawk game I ever played.
Oh my god.
I don't feel old, River. Why? Why should I feel old?
I don't
I'm
Yeah.
know.
not.
I don't know.
I have
You're
enough
saying
Feel
we're
time.
young instead.
are you saying that we're 33-year-old men who are still talking about video games, River? Huh?
I'm inferring that. I'm not saying it.
Have you watched Soul? Huh? Haven't you learned anything from
I
Soul?
still need to watch
I
Soul.
like Soul.
I need to watch
So
Soul.
okay.
I like
So
black stuff.
uh,
It's so
Uh,
funny because all of the movies that I want to watch with yung partner are like just black movies. And like I don't know when I talk to other people, it's like, yeah, I want to watch and then Get Out, and I want to watch Candyman, and I want to watch Soul, and I want to watch Undercover Brother, and I want to watch. It's all just black movies. Anyway, sorry.
uh, uh, I'm trying to. I was about to say, speaking of black movies, but I don't think I can connect that to Psychonauts 2. No, speaking of black, Jack
Uh,
Black is in Psychonauts 2. He plays a cameo role as one of the characters. And
does
yes,
does he play the
Finally, he's in a
kooky
good
Jack
game.
Black character?
he
Uh,
actually he goes against type. He plays uh the remaining thought that's left in a dying brain. You go in this dying brain because
Yeah, that's so fucking
you
dark.
want to reuse it, right? And
yeah.
there's this white speck of light that's the last thought in the brain, and it's voiced by Jack Black.
Fucking
And
depressing.
when you put the brain in this in a body that doesn't have a brain, he gets like overstimulated with all the lights and the sounds and everything, because it's like it's hard to explain. He's like the oneness of everything, the universe and whatnot. He's like experiencing it all at once.
Is he
So
the
you,
same thought you have when you just, ano, finished masturbating?
yeah, the second you finish. No, but like yeah, and
Oh, usually yung thought lang na lumalabas sa utak ko, get a towel. And yeah, that's the
Not
last
even
thought.
that with me.
Put up your boxers.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
uh,
done.
but yeah, Psychonauts 2 does a good job in getting the original ideas, like you said, Joselna, when it comes off as like what the original vision was for the first Psychonauts, except they didn't have a budget back then. That was their first game, but now they have Microsoft money, so it's wild. Every mind is its own like graphical style. So right now, I'm in the Jack Black mind, and it feels like I'm in a psychedelic 70s poster of a band. You know, those like curvy like
Yung parang
flowers.
ano, Beatles animated movie,
Yeah,
ganun.
like exact. It's like the Yellow Submarine movie.
yung
It's
mga
like I'm in
Jimi
that
Hendrix
world.
album
Yeah,
covers, mga
exactly.
ganun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I'm slowly like fixing each sense. So I'm fixing his vision, and then I'm fixing his smell and his taste and whatnot. And then in the first one, the first mine that you go to, it's a hospital, but then as you go along, you accidentally change something in the person's thought process, because this person needs a lot of money, right? So you accidentally make it so that they get addicted to gambling, and then the hospital slowly turns into a casino as you go along the
That's
level.
funny.
And
That's
then
cool.
they mix like these metaphors for like there's this woman trying to give birth, and it's a roulette wheel whether or not she's gonna have a boy or a girl or not give birth at all. And then
That's
sometimes you're
clever.
unlucky. There's like some dark parts where there's a person who's dying. His heart is like losing, it's not beating anymore, so they revive him with the defibrillator, and then people are placing bets on the heartbeat monitor. Like there's like different heartbeat monitors, and whoever like flatlines first like loses or something like that. It's like
That's cool.
horse
Parang
racing.
Suicide
That's
Squad.
cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
but yeah,
That's cool.
I'm not that deep into the game yet, but everything about it feels like they understand what was good about the first game, which I really appreciate, because some some developers, when they have a hit on their hands and then they make the sequel, sometimes they don't fully understand what went right, and they just guess. I don't know, like that comes off to me with some of the
Si,
Zelda games.
si Suda51 completely understands what made his game successful because he's been making the same fucking game
Over and
every
over.
time.
You know, I haven't been that pressured to buy No More Heroes 3. It just came out, but I
I
don't
need to
know
play
why I'm
one
not
and two
motivated.
first, eh. Well, they say it's janky, eh. So like
Yeah,
it's the worst one, you know, which is
that's what I heard then.
still pretty good though. Eh. But like I want to play the first two muna.
They're really good.
River,
Yeah.
can you translate Psychonauts 2 in Android terms? So here, I'll
Okay,
ask you a
so
question.
yeah.
Ano yung gameplay niya? Does it have RPG elements?
Okay, they added RPG elements in the
Oh,
sequel.
what
Hell
the
yeah.
fuck!
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So in the first game, as you
Okay.
play, you rank up as a psychonaut in the first game, and you get new abilities. So like when you're rank 10, you get the ability to to burn things with your mind.
Oh,
When you're rank
and it
20,
was
you can
it
move
was like a
things.
camp setting, so it's like
Yeah,
badges. That was
yeah,
cool.
it's
I remember
badges. And
that.
then in the sequel, when you level up, you can when you unlock a skill. So that right now I have the newest ability that I have is I can slow down everyone's perception of time. It's technically slowing down time, but you're slowing down people's perception of time. So when you level that up, you can make it that uh, you can slow down people. Also, when you level it up even further, you can slow down your like I don't know what the other levels are, but like the yeah you can level up your skills now, which is pretty huge to me because
How do
now
you
there's
level
an
up though?
RPG element.
Is
So
there a
as you
grinding?
play the game,
Yeah.
you pick up. There's different ways to level up. So you can either pick up figments of people's imagination, which are like these floating objects in the brain. You
Mhm.
can help sort out emotional baggage, which is there in everyone's mind. They have emotional baggage, like they're literal bags. There's like a purse, a duffel
Mm.
bag, a trunk, and whatnot. And you have to find a
So
bag
dumb.
tag that's scattered around the world. I know it's so silly.
So fucking
And then
dumb.
if you find the right bag tag to sort out their baggage, then you get XP from that.
Hell yeah.
There's one.
I'm like, is
There's
this an
this
Xbox exclusive? Is
it's
this
on
an X?
PC also.
So,
It's on
Oh,
Steam, but
God
it's
damn
it's
it.
on Steam.
sadly yeah, because
Okay.
Microsoft bought them. So like, what are you gonna
Yeah.
do? But yeah, but at the heart of it, it's still a 3D platformer, and I love that they didn't stray too far away from that.
What if it became a fucking
Yeah, what if it became a
RPG?
first-person shooter or
You know
something?
what if
First
it?
person.
What if may flood siya suddenly? No?
Yeah, he suddenly gets a. Uh, but yeah, so I can't say too much about the game because I literally just bought it a couple days ago, but
Yeah.
I'm loving it so much. So yeah, I'm happy about that. How about you, Giselle? Do you have any sequels you want to talk about?
Um, yeah, I just talked about yung God of War. I played yung Miles Morales, and um, it's so funny to me kasi the only Spider-Man game that's worthwhile is yung PS2 game, and they just basically remade yung PS2 game. That yun yung first open world one. Na
Yeah,
parang
Spider-Man 2.
yeah, and then playing yung new ones is like this is just exactly
Yeah.
PS2 version, pero like pinaganda yung graphics, and it's like that's nice. But it's so interesting how honestly sobrang little changed in it. Maybe the PS2 one is better kasi meron pa yatang Twin Towers doon.
And you can deliver pizzas.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's fine, maganda naman. And it's
Yeah,
like
medyo, may glitch nga sa game eh, where you, kasi walang building, kaya nahulog ka na lang. So walang,
I I was playing it tapos parang I remember like I watched this review tapos they said na when you're swinging and then someone's watching, it's like that's so cool that you can do that. And then you hand them the controller, thus it's literally just one button or two
You
buttons. So,
just
it's
hold the
not
right
that
trigger,
hard to
yeah.
do.
You think it's
Tapos
like
parang,
very skill based, but it's
no,
literally just
it's
hold the right
wait,
trigger.
kasi I played the Spider-Man game rin sa PS4, eh, which was, it was decent, pero I didn't like the abilities. Pero whatever, pero like, the swinging in that one had like, you can do some tricks. You can
yeah,
do
Yeah.
like a front flip or a fucking
you might
360 spin.
you might
Sa
like the Miles
Morales.
Morales one because
Yeah.
he has better powers. Like he has
Okay.
stealth, he has like drones and shit. Man, he has a cat. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Pero like I hear kasi the Miles Morales one feels like a DLC rather than a true sequel.
Yeah,
So
I
it,
don't
it,
think
it's
I,
really
it,
good depending
I
on
heard,
which one you play first, I think.
yeah, I
it
heard
wasn't
it's
marketed
pretty
as a
short.
sequel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
pretty
like
short
eight
though.
hours but like,
Yeah.
considering the games that I play, I could really use a short game right now.
If it JRPG'd out.
Yeah,
Did you not
a
play
little bit.
9? Or no, you played Psychonauts kasi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost done with 7, believe it or not. And the
You
story
got
is
7.
wild.
Mm.
No, not for no Dragon Quest 7. I'm almost done with Dragon Quest 7. I've been playing it since the beginning of the year, but the story goes in some strange places. But yeah, go do you have any other sequels? I have one more, but like
I have one like
yeah.
that disappointed me, but I still liked it. But it's universally hated. It's a pretty old game again. Fucking no new game playing asshole I am. But like, I played recently lang actually because I have an emulator here in this laptop. I played Twisted Metal 3,
Mm.
and
Mm.
that video game was heavily banned because Twisted Metal 2 was awesome and dark, and this one went like the more cartoony route.
Wait, is this
Pero-
yung ending is kind of like in a carnival na? Sort
No,
of?
that's
Yung
4.
medyo neon?
That's 4. Ang 3 is
Oh,
like
what am I thinking? I
it's
played 3.
you in the end level you fight in a blimp. So that's pretty
I
cool.
remember 3. I
Yeah.
remember 3. Nandun yung ano, yung hip hopper, di ba?
Fuck it. Si Thumper. Pero
Yeah.
the reasons
He has
why
like he has like a disco ball, yun yung superpower niya.
oh fuck see that's Club Kid. Yes, Club Kid. Yeah, the car with the smiley face. And the story is weak, I'll admit it, but like goddamn that game has so much style going through it. Like dude, it starts off with Meet the Creeper by Rob Zombie pa rin. That was a pretty cool intro. And then I play the game and dude yung title screen is just all of the cars fucking each other up, pare. As in real time gameplay. As
Yeah.
you're going through, damn, this is good. And they did a cool thing with the character select screen that hasn't been done yet at that time, where they fucking just show they just show your character doing their specials all over and over again. So why it's funny because it's like some specials have a knockback effect. So when you guys sweet tooth, his sweet yung special is like a detonator bomb, and it just keeps going and going. So his character just keeps flying
Oh my
in the
god.
screen. It's so good.
I
It's so
it's interesting sa akin na parang yung PS generation, right? I think it's partly defined by great soundtracks kasi naging CDs yung games. So what the
Yes.
best thing that you could ever do with a CD based game is
Mhm.
just get really good licensed music.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gran Turismo 2 had that. Like they played the um I'm paranoid by Garbage, I think. Garbage sang that song. And also had the Rob Zombie song. Fucking Super Beast. Super Beast. That Dragula.
What was the
It
cool
had
thing about
Dragula.
Sony kasi they had a music division and I think
Yeah,
na medyo
I think
I mean, yeah, because they
Yeah.
made the freaking Walkman, so like they
Is that
kind
the
of
only
have
thing
the
that
music.
Sony can do? Is music, Spider-Man, the PlayStation.
TVs.
Yeah, you know the weird thing, Giselle, I have such a bias with Sony. Like I'm thinking because they were the first, they probably know how to make it the best. Like almost all of my headphones, even the expensive one I have, is Sony. Because
Yeah.
they're the ones who started it. Maybe
Eh,
they
that's
have a
true.
lot of info on it. But yeah. And one more thing, I'm sorry,
No, keep going. It's fine.
I'm on this
Yeah.
sequel nostalgia. So sobrang kasi the sales weren't that good in this sequel, pero that's why they didn't make a third one. Um, sobrang underrated kasi it got nasa pound siya ng Twisted Metal kasi Twisted Metal is like
Vigilante 8.
Jesus Vigilante 8 pare.
Yeah.
And its sequel was better in a way kasi
It had a
Vigilante-
prequel, Killer 7.
Killer 7 It
Hey,
had this,
Vigilante 8, sorry.
Vigilante 8 Second Offense. So which is kasi they added RPG elements, kind of like RPG elements.
I like Vigilante 8 a little bit more in feel than Twisted Metal kasi yung cars felt
Oh.
heavier. Yun lang yung sa
Yeah.
akin.
Yeah.
It was like, so it's like copying Twisted Metal pero like at least it feels different handling wise. So it's like I feel like they're both good games. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
Wala lang, I don't know, wala lang staying power I guess yung, kasi Vigilante 8 was going for like a pulp 70s feel,
Which is really cool.
grindhouse thing, pero not
Yes.
like, not killing, more like, we're like, it's actually very sophisticated when you think about it. Parang, why would anyone do this? It's like grindhouse, pero not like gory.
And the detail, yung car details when it gets damaged was way better.
Yeah.
Kasi you accumulate the damage and unlike in Twisted Metal, when kung red na yung buhay mo, plank! Biglang magiging lamog na. Pero that game is great in the way that when you actually pick up, kasi when you destroy cars, you pick up points. Like pipili ka armor, speed, or aim. And as you pick up those points, the look of your car actually changes
Cool.
gradually. Well, that was pretty cool. And one more thing, it's one of the first games that I discovered a cheat code on my own. Yes, yung Vigilante 8 Second Offense. Kasi
Yes.
I wrote Invincible backwards. I'm not joking. And fuck,
Oh, on
yes!
your own.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I-
How did you
I
figure
tried-
that out?
Someone's
I think-
lying.
No, I tried
Joke
putting
lang.
Invincible. Syempre, that's the first thing you... Invincible.
Do you know how insane some people must be to have found out yung mga cheat codes. Like
On
parang
the
there is
internet,
no
no?
cow
Yeah.
level. What kind of
Yeah.
was it a mental patient who was just given like a keyboard biglang nag-type na random shit, there's no cow level. And biglang naging cheat. What the fuck?
They got Rain Man pare to do it. So. Yeah, because I typed Invincible and oh fuck didn't work. I'll try one more. I'll try type Invincible backwards. Oh yeah, I got it. Fuck, sobrang mind blown. What ako na nangyari yun. So yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
my sequel.
that's the talk about I just want to talk about this before. It's not a
Yeah, go ahead.
sequel. I really like I really like Xenoblade Chronicles.
Hell yeah. Tell me your
Definitively.
journey. Like you have a
I'm
fuck-
glad that you love it. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just at this part na they're on the beach. Tapos si one of their party members says, I'm Ricky. I have to take a rest. I'm actually really hungry. And then I'm like, fuck this motherfucker. I hate this piece of shit. And then when they took a rest, yung si Dunban was like, I know you're not really tired. It's you saw Melia lagging behind, so you thought I need to help her. I know I'm Ricky. It's like, oh, this game is so
I
textured. That's such a good,
Yeah,
that's
I
such
remember
a
that
good
scene
character
so
moment.
clearly.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Ricky, you're not so bad.
No,
You
and it's so
pretended.
interesting kasi he's like acting like a fucking lollipop human anthropomorphic version of a lollipop, right? Pero it's like then he starts talking about his kids as parang he's actually the oldest member.
Yeah,
And he has
he's a
actually
dad.
wisdom. He's talking about being a dad and like taking care of children and stuff. It's just he has an annoying voice. So it's like, that's fine. Like I get it now. I was being racist against the
No pun.
Nopons. Ganun. It's fine. I really like yung gameplay. I was thinking about how I like yung gameplay flow of it. And I'm just parang completing all of the missions and like I'm really invested in the story. And it feels good. It feels good to feel alive again, I guess.
I'm
Might I
glad
ask yourself,
that game made you feel that way.
does this RPG break any stereotypes? It's like, kasi I'm sick and tired of RPGs na. Bro, the girl is always the fucking healer. The girl with the coat is always the fucking healer. Oh, the big guy is always the fucking tanker.
Oh,
Oh,
that's this game. That's this game.
Yeah.
It's all like
Yeah, I was smiling when you were
I'll tell you
saying that.
something. I'll tell you something. You know how fucking rote this fucking game is? Yung little nephew ko, who's like 8, is like, oh, are you going on an adventure with all of your friends? And then someone from the past comes back, and then it's like, you're literally describing everything that is happening in this game. Am I an idiot for liking something so trite? But like, I'm enjoying it.
Is there
I
a
think it's
party
a good,
member,
it's a
pare,
well told story.
who's all dark and detached, pare, and he leaves for a while and he comes back, pare.
I like this better than goddamn Moink. I like this better than yung what like
Valkyria. Did you finish Valkyria, by the way?
no, I'm still in Mechanis. I'm still in the beautiful world of Bionis and like exploring this it's just well kasi wala namang characters dun sa dun sa Valkyria
They're
Chronicles.
all
They're not real
expendable.
people. Yeah, like who cares? It's like you just did the bare minimum of designing a character and they don't really have except the racist ones. Sila pa yung
Yeah,
may
it's weird
character.
how layered the racist ones are in that game.
Yeah, parang that's cool. Anyway, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go back to that game. I'm gonna finish yung other game because I do like yung combat mechanics. And I realized that parang Andron has it right. Like yung listening to podcast and just parang like enjoy the thing for the thing that you can enjoy, not always hindi yung holistic. I mean I can still critique it, but like yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna play but I played I started playing yung aking console because I got yung Evercart, right? And I started playing this game. I wanted to tell about this to you, River, last time, pero wala ka dito. Like yung Terranigma. Have you heard of this game?
No, I haven't heard of that game.
It's like a dungeon crawler, pero it's like based on feng shui, so you're actually building the dungeon that you crawl as well.
Oh
And it's
wow,
like it's a SNES game. It's fun. Wow, that's fucking.
that's so
Anyway, that's
ambitious
it.
for a SNES game. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I said. When just
Really?
fucking brought up.
Jesus Christ! Like you were in the era of Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest where you just take turns punching each other. And here you are making your own dungeon. Wow.
It's crazy because you're building the dungeon and then fighting the monsters in it, and then there's a system for like feng shui na merong flow
Cool.
stuff. and then you control units, and then you set them on like patrol paths. It's kind of it's kind of like um what's that Jack Black game that I hate?
Brutal Legend.
Brutal
May
Legend.
aspect na you're controlling units, but it's much more streamlined and not shitty.
I'm looking at the screenshots now. It looks beautiful.
Yeah,
Like
it is. Yeah.
on a, it's using mode 7, the one where it's like fake 3D on
Oh,
pixel graphics.
it doesn't have mode 7. It's
Oh,
like
it doesn't.
top down on.
Okay. Oh,
Well,
even
it's not actual mode 7. I don't feel like ano.
oh, okay. It's like fake mode 7. Oh well, but it still looks really good.
Yeah,
That's
yun lang.
interesting.
Yun lang.
I wanted to actually like I wanted to talk about a sequel that I didn't like that I don't know is a popular opinion, but I don't know if I'm the only one. I didn't like Fallout 4. Did you guys play Fallout 4?
Yeah. Um,
I didn't like it.
I, it's not a bad game by
Yeah, it's
any
not a bad
means,
game. No.
but it's inferior to Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, and I would even go as far as to say that it's inferior to Fallout 3, mostly because like I like mechanically it's great. I love the shooting and
Yeah, you
exploring.
modding the guns. I
Yeah,
wasted
modding the
hours of
gun,
my
it's
life.
so addicting. I actually didn't mind the base building. It's okay. It was just, and the story was fine. I like the idea. It's basically the story of of Blade Runner, but in a post-apocalyptic like setting.
Yeah, your son was the fucking
Like, yeah,
villain
are
all
you
along.
a synth or
Yeah,
who's really a synth? You never
yeah,
know.
Oh, okay.
What defines humanity? Blah blah
yeah.
blah. But the thing I didn't like is the RPG elements. Now that I think about it, because in like it's not the fact that it has RPG elements; it's that they did it really poorly. In
Okay.
that they you have the ability because you get unlimited XP. You can't cap your there's no level cap.
Yeah,
That's already the first mistake. The second
yeah,
Oh,
mistake
really?
is when
What
you
a
get
weird
perks,
thing.
all the perks are good. And I know like it's normal for perks to be good, but this is coming from someone, and maybe this is just like me being a purist. But when I played the original those top down Fallout's, the Fallout 1 and 2,
okay.
where whenever you get a perk, there's always a small drawback. So like
Mm,
if you if you have the ability to deal 10% more damage to other people, they can do that back to you like that. Or
Wow.
you can or like you have the ability to heal your limbs, but you always have radiation poisoning, like stuff like that. And I like those little touches because
yeah,
it makes you feel like a fully formed character instead of this super being. Because in 4, eventually you'll get all of the perks, you get max level, and then you're just
yeah,
this super
Uh,
being. You're not like a personalized
exactly.
character.
I think,
The
yeah, to your point with having a level cap, you can have like a different character like
yeah,
every playthrough
your
to my
choices
level cap.
matter
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
because you're like, oh, in this playthrough, I have to be careful where I put my XP because I want to have a stealth build. Ganun.
That's kind
So
of
you,
similar with the Tony Hawk games. Like as much as I love them, you can
yeah,
get enough stats now. You can
yeah.
max out all of your stats. Like I
Yeah.
think there should be a base stat. And one thing I didn't
It
like
seems
when
like every character's the same character, pero
yeah,
when they start out they're different, but at the
yeah.
end they're like
And one thing that I didn't like about Fallout 4 then is two things. One I really don't like that what some RPGs do. Can you guys please stop making perks that increase XP? Like, say it feels
uh,
so. I'm being forced. Kasi
yeah.
I'm
Of
so
course, I'm gonna
tempted to.
get that. Yeah,
Yeah, of course, yeah, upgrade intelligence because I get max. I get more XP
more
when I'm
XP
more.
every time you level up. Yeah,
That frustrated me in the game. Like, fuck, dude, you could just can you just remove this, please? Like, kasi I'm gonna be forced to pick that perk even though I don't want to, but it
yeah.
gives me increased XP. Like, I don't.
so
It's
I
such
it's
a
don't
like
like.
boring,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
kasi
buff.
it's like it's more like then why did you not balance yung XP mo
Yes.
instead of
Yeah,
just
why
Yeah.
didn't you just do that in the first place, or just
Yeah.
not do it at
no
all?
yeah
And one more thing, that video game, yung for that, that is the only open world game that feels so fucking linear. Like there's always a
Yeah,
set
that's
stand,
a great
no
way to put
matter
it.
how
Yeah,
big the fucking like it's this. It's like parang ang singlawak siya ng ocean, pero it's just as deep as a
yeah.
fucking
yeah
puddle.
Like
Like
it was so sad when I did the final side quest before I finished the main quest. That's never happened to me in a Bethesda game or a Fallout
yeah,
game in general. the fact that I did everything already, because like you said, it's linear, because it's literally just like a circle with like 5 lines that come out
Yeah.
of it, and then you go to the end of each line, then you go back and so on.
Mm.
Let's go to the
Yun yung
next.
map?
No, that's not literally the map, but it feels like that. It feels
Yeah.
like that.
Ah,
Like,
okay.
Kasi all the mission points are in one. They're basically three big cities that you go. It's
yeah,
just, it's hard to explain if you haven't played it. It feels so linear in the way that, oh, fuck's a second playthrough. Ko. I'm doing the same shit that I
yeah,
did the first
exactly.
playthrough.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I played Skyrim like 5 different times, and I,
Yeah.
I I'm still finding new stuff, and I
Yeah.
don't know why. I feel bad for the people that developed it, because like they probably overworked their employees, because they put so much shit in Skyrim.
Yeah.
To this day, it's still
With Fallout,
stuff is
I
being
don't get
discovered.
side quests like sobrang few and far between. I don't know,
Yeah,
like it's
and like an example of like a good example is like in New Vegas. I've been in New Vegas twice, and then and there was this one, because this is back when in high school. Like I played it with my friends. Like we'd play it at the same time, then we'd compare like what we did. And then one of them discovered the side quest that I couldn't find, and then like my other friends couldn't find. It's basically he found this rich like society. It's like eyes wide shut, like they have masks. It's like, oh, only the poshest gamblers can go to this casino. And then it turns out they're cannibals, and they eat people. They eat the poor. They're rich people that eat poor people. Like
Ah.
if you start losing,
So
like
si
if
Mike dito.
yeah, what they do is the people that
bawal
that
ng reference, guys.
that lose. Okay. Oh, is that because he says like eat the rich or something? Oh.
No, he eats poor people. Anyway, go.
Okay. Anyway, the people that like lose money in the casino, they eat them basically. That's what was going on, and I couldn't for the life of me find that side quest, and I don't know. It's just
Why?
I don't know. I went through like a bunch of, I don't know, because it's just the natural progression of the game. You get carried along with the story, and then you just miss
Ah.
things. But like it, I don't. That's why I like when a game is a mystery to me. You know, when it doesn't reveal everything. That's why I guess that's why I'm so into Dark Souls, because like to this day, I bet
Mm.
there's a lot of things that I miss. There's a lot of things that it doesn't show you just for the sake of it, and I like that. I like not knowing everything, but I just
But Dark Souls is like a tsundere lover.
it's a Cinderella of games, Dark Souls.
Yeah. I have a question. Kasi ano, si Andrew na bring up ng sequels. You have not talked about Persona 5 na you're gonna
Yes, talk
trash.
about Persona 5, please.
Oh, yeah, it's a more kasi I talked about it last stream pero hindi ganun ka-emotional nga. I figured out why it's not as good as 4. It's because all of them are assholes. Literally, like, kasi, baka nakalimutan, baka nasabi ko na last podcast, pero what I liked about 4 is like they address why they're fucked up and they live through life knowing na, oh, this is a bad part of me. To get over it, I need to accept it and work on it. That's every fucking journey all the main characters go through. In this one, fuck yeah, dude, I'm awesome. Pew pew pew. Fuck the
You
man.
know,
Fuck society, man.
when I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles, so I was just thinking about like what is it about anime and manga na I like na I can't see sa West necessarily na hindi siya component ng Western stuff usually, or at least not to this extent. I think sa anime and mga ganitong like shonen stuff or like mga seinen stuff, it's this idea of openly sharing virtues and morality na parang we can get through this together as friends, the power of friendship, yung ganon. And then yung parang nobility of that, di ba? And sa Persona 5, if you're just cool, like may ganun ding side
If
effect,
you're
di ba?
just
Like if
cool.
it's just
Yeah.
cool, parang I'm just fucking cool, fuck you. Pero I do remember nga nung pinalaro mo sa akin yung 4, it's like there is that there's that acknowledgement of like humanity and then parang persevering through it,
Yes.
which is nice.
Yeah.
It's
That's
really
why I was
good.
thinking
Yeah,
about sa
more good.
Xenoblade. Parang
So
I
good.
like shows of nobility. I like that
Yeah.
in my fiction. Like they don't, pero like not yung shallow. Like parang you kind of have to earn it, and that's
Mm.
what I wasn't feeling dun sa fucking Valkyria Chronicles kasi parang
Yeah.
it's like you only see he has to be that kasi siya yung bida. Okay. I guess siya yung bida, whatever. Ganon. It's just
Yeah. I mean, to compare someone who has played a lot of Persona 5, not all of it yet, because I don't know why I'm having trouble getting through the game, but I finished Xenoblade. To compare the characters, I'm not gonna spoil anything, naman, but like the thing about the main character, with Shulk at least in Xenoblade, I love.
horrible name.
I know
Pero
Shulk.
you know how
Oh,
good this game is? I might name yung son ko Shulk. Maybe to that level na parang that game's good. I'm
yeah.
gonna ruin this kid's life by naming him Shulk.
I, I guess because he's not a silent protagonist like the Persona 5 protagonist, but I love the if it's done well, I really love the what's it called where like you're the protagonist but you don't want to be the protagonist. You're like hesitant
The
to be the hero. The
yeah, hesitant
forget
hero,
the term.
the
Yeah. That Shulk
reluctant
is
protagonist.
the reluctant protagonist. Like Shulk comes off as that initially because he's like he has this like I want to be more but I don't know yet, and he always has his best friend Ryan to protect him because he's a scrawny white kid.
Boy.
But then one day like he's forced to like take responsibility because he's the chosen one but he's not sure yet. But then something bad happens, like a friend dies, right? Not Charlotte, what's her name? Anyway,
Si
a friend dies.
Fiora. The
Fiora
guy.
dies.
Fiora.
But in Persona 5, I get the feeling that the main character wants is like kind of a reluctant hero because he's like, oh, I have a past. I tried to stop like a sexual assault, I think, and then he
Yeah.
went to jail for it. Like he was wrongly
It's like, when
accused.
that happened, like this game is fucking
No, yeah, we
doomed.
talked about that ni Andrew. It's like, how is that even remotely realistic na parang you get to sent to jail kasi you stopped like a unless there's something sa translation na parang anak siya ng governor or something.
No,
So,
I
Or
think
maybe it's a cultural thing that we
the
don't
person
know.
that he stopped was like a mafia boss or something. Like the
ganun ba?
person yeah, that's what I remember at least. But anyway, like it comes off like, oh, okay, so he's brought into the story, and obviously he's not the hero type because he's got a past and it's sketchy.
But
But
it's also a
everyone,
shitty sorry, like,
go
not
lang.
to cut you off, but like, it's also like a really parang well, of course I'm gonna side with you because I don't want to side with a rapist.
Yeah, yeah. And
It's
it's
like,
like he's
can
just
you like
automatically
ano,
like he
easy
doesn't
lang
earn,
kasi
yeah, he doesn't earn the
the mention of
camaraderie that he
rape,
gets.
it's not like it's so parang if you ewan ko, it's just unnuanced, I guess. Yun yung naramdaman ko initially, parang okay. Anyway, sorry, go.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say like he doesn't earn like the way that Shulk like earns the friendship throughout the game. Like you got all these party members because they believe in his earnestness. He's like Superman in a way. He's like incorruptible. He has
Mm.
this vision, but deep down he's like there's a selfishness. He's like kind of flawed. But that's what's charming about him. But with the
Kasi
Persona
he
5
wants
character,
revenge eh. Sorry.
yeah, he wants revenge, but he's doing good. Like it's like the ends justifies the means sort of thing. But the main character in Joker in Persona 5, I think it's my same issue with Fallout 4. He's like the perfect protagonist. Or like he
He's
can't
too
make
cool.
a mistake. He's too
Too
cool.
fucking
He
cool.
didn't actually have a shady past because he's in the right. Everyone knows he's in the right. A part of me almost wishes na he actually did something wrong, but for the sake of someone else. Like if he like accidentally caused a murder to
Yeah.
happen, but he was trying to save his friend, like something like that. But
Yeah,
all he
kasi
did was try to stop a rape,
yeah,
and that's
But
obviously a good thing.
yeah.
And it
sa
didn't make him a
Persona
questionable hero.
sa Persona 4, di ba, it's more ambiguous na pinadala lang siya for like being like a delinquent sa
Yeah.
province, di ba?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like he kind of stumbles. That's why it's charming eh. It's more like you could really put yourself in this position na parang you're friends with these people. Pero like
Yeah.
I guess maybe some people really want to be Joker. I don't know.
And
I
it all
mean,
boils
yeah.
yeah. Go River.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just agreeing. Yeah, go ahead.
And it all just comes down to the writing of the characters. Like, I'll give you an example. Tei Takemi is the Death Arcana. Kasi one thing I didn't like about 5 is like their Arcanas didn't make sense. Kasi Doctor siya, okay, fine, I deal with life and death. Pero it was much more well implemented to 4. Like for example lang, minor spoilers lang. So 4, it's an Arcana.
Yeah.
It's nothing. So 4, play a doctor, a hot doctor. As a 5, you play a hot doctor named Tei, who apparently Death Arcana siya kasi she's a doctor and may malpractice siyang ginawa.
Yeah, she lost her
Yeah.
license.
Yeah, she lost her license. Sa 4, you play as an old, yung Arcana is an old lady who you think is death at the start. Kasi she speaks to you. She's always in a black garb, old lady. And as you go through backstory, kaya pala siya Death Arcana kasi kakamatay lang ng asawa niya. And she's dealing with her own mortality. Oh my
Oh,
god,
that's way more beautiful. What the
that's
heck?
way that's way more
Sad.
subtle and cooler. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck, it's just it's
I worry, is it like the commercialization of Persona? Like, because I think
exactly. I
yeah,
think four,
the first
3 and 4
Persona game
were
to drop,
yeah,
yeah, to
3
drop
and
the
4
Shin
were
Megami name was
yeah, yeah,
4.
yeah. And one more thing is, I was disappointed in the marketing of that game. Is technically, oh, you play anti-heroes. It was marketed as that. And
Yeah,
as I was playing this, these guys are fucking anti-heroes. You
they're
guys
just
are
straight up
heroes.
heroes. Yeah,
You're just straight up heroes.
the world sucks. Like everyone, the world is against them.
Yeah,
You don't. There are moments in the game like, oh, what are they called again? The
Phantom
hearts, the
Thieves.
phantom. Yeah,
Yeah.
are the phantom thieves in the right? They're just imposing their own vigilante justice. Who are they to say what's right or wrong? They're clearly like doing the right thing. The first
Yeah,
person's a
yeah,
rapist. The second
yeah,
person is an abuser. The
yeah.
third person is
It's a
no,
thief, a
he's a
plagiarizer.
mafia
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
It's I just anyway, yeah. I guess it's
So ano,
the same
you
issue
don't
I had with like Suicide Squad, the first one. The
exactly. This is Suicide Squad, the
can
yeah,
game.
you
we're like
imagine can you
they're not
imagine kung si
villains.
ano? Can you imagine kung si Tim Schafer yung gumawa nila ng Persona 5 instead of
Psychonauts is Persona. Psychonauts did
yun nga
Persona
eh.
5 before. They
But like, imagine if it was like when see River was talking about like the Jack Black is the last thought of a dying
yeah,
mind. That's
yeah,
an interesting thing. That's an interesting thing to go into a mind for.
yeah. You go into like a guy like, oh, I'm going into a mafia boss's mind. I wonder what it looks like. Oh wow, the people look like ATMs. How subtle. Oh wow.
Usually, yeah, I'm confused because usually it's the game that I think I could love, but they're so serious about it. They're like, there's no fucking parang parang it's too self serious. Yun lang
I
siguro.
think I think just yung Persona 5 4 is hard to top because it's such a quiet story in a way, and then I understand why they would make yung 5 to be like that noisy thing,
Very
but also
bombastic.
it's like I'm sorry, I'm not in high school.
Yeah, and again, maybe because it's marketed for high schoolers, so maybe
I don't.
I'm old.
Guess, but
Yeah.
like, I don't know. You is there a Persona game where you're not high school? I think it was Persona. I think it was
Um,
like 2. I'm not
no,
sure.
you're still in high school, so too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the Shin Megami games are in freaking high school too, and those games are like very
No,
dark.
no. No, I mean like that's just the difference. Kasi parang the other ones, you could be an adult enjoying these high school stories,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like the new one feels like
You
this is power
actually have to
fantasy
be
for high
13.
schoolers. Yeah.
And I like the coolness. Pero not to shit on too much sa 5. It was a cool game then. Pero 4 did it better. Kahit yung mga in your face, message moments ng 4. Like there's this guy named Kanji. He's bisexual. Implied
Yeah.
siya na bisexual. He's confused with his sexuality. And yung shadow niya literally, yung weapons mo, alam mo yung logo ng female at male, yung parang arrow.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Tapos below, yung weapons niya. That's pretty cool.
That's a fun touch at least.
Yeah, that's a fun touch.
I think the thing I don't like about Persona 5, if we take away like the aesthetics and the flashiness in the gameplay itself, there's so many moments where the game doesn't want you to lose, and they keep adding
Ah,
these things like first the system where you can just have unlimited turns. It's so easy to abuse because in originally in Shin Megami Tensei, you can have 5 additional turns, but once those are up, it doesn't matter if you hit a weakness, you'll run out of turns eventually. But
yeah.
in Persona 5, you have unlimited turns as long as you keep hitting the weakness. So that's
Yeah,
already very overpowered. But on top of
yeah,
that, there are these showtime moves that happen randomly.
yes.
when you're about to die, you get a Showtime move where like one of your partners like, "Oh, Joker, you look weak. Let me handle this
Heal
for a
you.
moment," or
Yeah,
and then they do something epic and then
it's
save
way too
you.
easy. Yeah, it's
It's
way too
I
easy.
know it's just
Yeah.
I don't know. But I guess that's me coming from playing Shimigami, but
Dude, no
just
joke, in the normal difficulties of Persona 5, na one shot, yung na one shot ko lang yung first tower, yung first dungeon.
the first
It
boss.
was it was that easy, dude. Like, oh my god.
Anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
but I have to finish that game though. I feel like I have to at this point.
It's a good game. It's a good
It
game.
has
It's just
good moments. Nga.
nitpicks lang tong
I
sinasabi
like
natin.
if I'm forced to say like good things, I still stand by the fact that one of the good characters is the honor student. I still think she's a great
Si
character.
Makoto. Yeah.
Yeah, she has an arc where at first she doesn't like the Phantom Troop because they're delinquents and I don't want to associate myself with them. I'm better than them. But then she realizes how they're just like her in that they're alone like her and so on. I like that. And
I hate
I don't
people like
mind
that.
the that
No,
like
no, no,
start
I
off that
hate
way.
people na parang like they're alone. They're clearly with other people. If they're not alone, if ilan ba kayo sa party? Fuck you. There are actual people who were fucking eating alone sa high school.
There is one guy that I hate. This one character, Andrew. I don't know if you agree with me, but he's the guy that runs the website, the fan site, the
That
Phantom
guy
fan site.
stinks.
I
Yung Moon
hate him.
Arcana. That guy
Yeah,
stinks.
I hate him so much. He's like sucking up to the Phantom Troops so hard. It's so obvious that he wants to be a part of you guys, but instead, like, it's okay. I'll be on the sidelines. I'll run your website for you.
Why a
He's
He
a simp.
website?
he
Fucking
like
simp.
because in the mind of people, if they see the Phantom Troop as a positive influence, they become stronger in people's minds. That's
Yeah.
the logic. So they made a website so that they can poll if people approve of the Phantom Troop. And this
Which is
guy
kind of funny.
would not
Like sa
get
mga
off your
load,
back.
yeah, yeah. Which is funny sa mga loading screens, makikita mo yung chinachat nila.
Yeah, like
Quest Phantom Teeth.
I wish it would come to Switch though. Para
nah, I
malaro.
don't think it's ever gonna come Switch.
I
At
thought it
this
was,
point.
pero like Persona
It's so
5
weird.
Strikers
Yeah,
yung nagpunta.
Strikers is on Switch, but not the main game. That just doesn't make any
Mm.
sense. Anyway,
I liked yung One Piece game. I bought in One Piece and I'm playing it with my nephew. Tapos parang, this is fun. It's so dumb.
I think
Oh, fuck One Piece.
you should play Hyrule
I am
Warriors.
thinking about
Um,
buying the
the second
Breath of
one,
the
the Breath of
Wild
the Wild
one.
one. It's so
Yeah.
good. It's
But
amazing.
siya two-player, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I was thinking of buying Dragon Quest Builders, pero like, is it a
I'm
Minecraft?
also
Is it a
it's
Minecraft?
I heard
It's
if
Minecraft
Minecraft
with
wasn't
goals.
yeah, it's Minecraft with goals. So it makes it more interesting because you have something to look forward to.
Is it kind of like
So
Terraria or some shit?
it's
Like,
it's like if Dragon it's literally just Dragon Quest but you can build shit. And I hear
Yeah.
it's a genuinely a good game, especially the second one. So I might get that eventually if
Yeah.
I ran out of
pretty
mainline
cheap
games.
now. It's like yung mga used ones. I found one like 800 pesos. So
I might
let me buy
I
this.
go for it. I might get on PS4 actually.
Yeah.
Quick aside, I want to talk about like quick thing with Dragon Quest 7 real quick.
Alright.
It's
Oh, yeah.
it's you finished Dragon Quest 7, right, Andren?
But it's been a hot while now.
I'm at
Yeah.
the point where you talk to literal like God, like actual God. Like he's
Oh.
like the actual like Christian God. It's so
Jesus
it
Christ.
boggled. Yeah, he looks
Oh
like
yeah, I can remember this.
it boggles my mind because like meanwhile in like the previous like Monster Hunters like oh we got a Monster Hunter sorry the Dragon Quest games where like we gotta kill the monsters and there's a monster lord and he's bad, but then in Dragon Quest 7 when you unite all the islands and you fix the world, literal God shows up and he's like you thou shalt not worship any other god other than me, and then the twist in
Rule.
it is that they're I think they're making him the villain. I don't know yet. I haven't finished the game. But
I
like
have this. I don't know your dad. I don't know your family, but I have this image of parang, are you winning, son? Tapos naglalaro ka ng Dragon Quest.
and I'm killing God.
Uh,
Okay.
It took me off guard. I was like, what happened to the cute stories of like the town with the worm and I don't know. It's and then God all I just it's hard to explain. Like
Isn't
I was
that
like
isn't it interesting? Kasi the new Dragon Quest is gonna be dark.
that's what I heard,
It's
yeah.
gonna be a shift from yung happy into like a little bit edgier.
But
The
like,
Dragon Quest.
yeah,
I think
but
it's a smart move.
playing Dragon Quest 7, like it's kind of always been dark. There's this one island that I went to where
The
it's
time
basically
travel one?
yeah, and when I went to the past, and then there's this island where there's a priest who's a monster, and the town they're secretly plotting to kill him. Like they were about to crucify him, and then because what happened was there's this group of people, they went on an expedition to kill this dark lord that's near their town, but none of them came back except the priest, but he's been turned into a monster, and he's like, oh no, he's become one of them. And then like throughout the game, the town is like really conspiring to like murder him in his sleep and whatnot. But then what happens, you find out when you fight the dark lord himself and then go back, it turns out the priest sacrificed his humanity to protect the town. He gave his humanity to the bad guy so that he won't touch the town. But then they were about to kill him, and then you stop them, and then you let them know like this is what happened and whatnot. And then the priest, when you kill the boss, the priest turns human again, and he explains what happened. And then at the end of the that story arc, the priest leaves the town because he's scared. He doesn't trust anyone anymore, and he's scared that they're gonna
That's
kill him in his
fucked
sleep.
up. I
Yeah.
don't like
So he
that.
leaves the town, and then the leader of the mayor of the town sees him leave, and then you explain to him why. It's like this is all your fault. It's because you guys didn't trust him and whatnot. And then he's like, okay, so to
And
uh
then bigla
ne-
nag-pause yung game tapos it's like just like yung movie.
just oh yeah, then it's like you, the gamer, you're cool, right? But
It biglang
so
would you kindly? It was actually you putting this thing on. Anyway, sorry.
So what happens is he makes like a statue with the words, "I'll mark what happened today as a reminder, so that people won't forget the atrocities that happened here tonight." So he wrote that story down. Like on this day, the town tried to kill the priest, our hero, our selfless hero, and this is here so we never forget the mistake that we made. So it's like, oh, that's so wow, that's so real. So I go to the
Sad.
present, right? I go 1,000 years into the present.
It's gone.
I look at the tablet. It's been changed. It changed the story. It said that my characters were the ones that tried to kill the priest, and the town saved the priest. And and then the worst part is after that's been acknowledged, that storyline. That part is you have to find the tablet, the real tablet that was ripped off from that space, and to show that this is what really happened. So a bunch of kids help you, like little kids. They help you find the tablet, and then you show it to the mayor, right? And then the mayor's like, "Okay, who's seen the real tablet that shows that we were bad people in the past?" And it was just the kids and my characters. And it's like, "Okay, good." And then he destroys it. He destroys it, and no one believes you or the kids what really happened back then. And it's like this lesson about um like the next generation, they're gonna spread the real story. When the kids grow up to become adults, they'll tell what actually happened
Yeah.
when
And
the
they start
boomers
selling
died out.
ivermectin.
I remember, like, dude, I should. Whenever I play, I forgot that happened. Like, I must
Yeah,
have been listening to a podcast
it's okay.
in 1995.
Oh,
But yeah,
that seems
that's
so
just one
cool.
story. I don't know,
Yeah, I
but that
probably
game is
was a kid
long.
back then who didn't care. I just kept scrolling. As a fucking
It's okay.
asshole.
That game is so long though. There's always moments where I think it's gonna end, but it just doesn't end. Anyway,
It's the
I
RPG
wanna
of
play it.
RPGs. But,
I'm
oh.
excited. I'm excited to play.
it's a good game though overall.
Can
But
I guys ask you? Since can I ask you something non-gaming related?
go ahead.
Okay.
I watched this documentary they did about the Golden Gate Bridge. So
Okay.
they just had a bunch of cameras there, and like for a year or so, they documented the suicides of people who jumped
Yeah,
the
because
Golden
that's the
Gate
Pretty
Bridge.
number
cool,
one.
pare.
That's the number one.
Yeah, dude, like fuck. Una kong naisip ko, paano kung like cut? But di na lang nila pinigilan for first of all. Pero by the way, they naka-position lang doon. Pero they interviewed one guy who survived dun sa
Mm.
Golden Gate Bridge. Like yung, he lived. Kasi yung boots niya may steel toe. Parang steel toe yung sinuot yung
Yeah.
sapatos doon. So apparently, that absorbed some of the impact. So
Going into the water.
yeah. And he was interviewed na, and yung una talaga niyang inisip, nung tumalon siya, bago siya tumalon, nagmukha sabi niya,
I need
fuck!
to finish Dragon Quest 7.
Fuck! The iron might be on. Hindi. Sinabi niya, fuck. Fuck, sana hindi ko na ginawa to.
Yeah,
Parang,
yeah.
ang ganda nga ng sinabi niya, like, all of the problems I had could be solved the moment, except for the moment when I jumped. Yung sinabi niya, like, ooh,
Yeah.
like, all of the problems could be
You know,
solved
pare,
except for I
I
jumped.
know that guy. Tapos later before he died, he took back what he said. That's not what he was actually thinking.
Uh,
He was thinking na parang, I'm gonna make a lie to help everyone who jumps off of this bridge, and the lie is that. Oh, now that is amazing. No,
Yeah.
parang it is you know yung the thing of parang it's a immediate solution to a temporary feeling in
yeah.
naman. Ganon.
That
And
reminds me of.
then and
Oh,
just
God.
being real, like the part din ng weekend because I am honestly I'm an introvert. Tapos para I was feeling kind of spent na during the weekend and having those thoughts. Ganun. And I talked to my partner about it. Tapos parang it is nice na parang she did say na it's okay to have those feelings, but it's not okay to wallow in them. And
Yeah.
it's like there's part of you have to say it, and then there's part of parang okay, I said it na, that's done na. Kasi it used to be na what I was thinking parang recently is I feel so much more mature now kasi I am making space for those feelings instead of
Mhm.
saying I have to be happy all of the
Yeah.
time. I have to be like I have to be like si si Welkin all of the time. Ganun. Pero I can be Shulk. I can be wrong sometimes. Anyway, yun.
That's a great way to put it. That reminds me of, I don't know if you guys watch BoJack Horseman, but there was this
Mm.
episode where he reads this poem called "The View from Halfway Down." It's about like someone jumping off, like I think it is the Golden Gate Bridge, like halfway down the fall. That's when he had that realization. It's like, wait, I don't want to do this anymore. But he's already halfway down, so there's no like taking it back. He already made the leap, and it's actually appropriate because I think September, so that's tomorrow, I believe, is I don't know, Suicide Prevention Month.
Huh?
Starting tomorrow. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting timing that you brought that
Mm.
up.
Yeah. Fuck. Sorry,
No, that's
it went
okay.
in a really dark turn. Yeah.
No, no, no. Naisip ko lang. In video games, we kill ourselves.
Yeah. Wouldn't it
No,
suck no, if you
What's your
jump
favorite
and then
game about suicide?
yeah,
No, I have
nag-suicide
this
ka, tapos
parang,
nag-respawn ka rin dun sa point na pinagtulunan mo.
I've been
Oh
toying with this
no.
idea. I've been toying with this idea that for a long time na parang the first thing, I want to put this line in something I write. That like the first thing that you do in a video game is see if you have fall damage.
Yeah.
Something like it's such
Or
a cool line.
you see if the fire will hurt you, like stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
ganun. It's right from there. Pero like, yeah. It's
It is.
Suicide Prevention Month.
Yeah, Suicide
What's
Prevention
your
Month
favorite
tomorrow.
suicides? Kurt Cobain. I like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, kasi
I'm a-
I thought of it nga, like jumping has to be the most extreme one. Kasi like there parang you have time to think pa as it's happening. Like a
yeah,
bullet in the
I
head.
don't wanna think
Yeah,
if
yeah, or like a bullet in the head, or like hanging yourself. Like it's there na eh. It's almost instant in a way. Diba? So I think with falling down, you have like time to think. Oh no, I don't like this.
yeah. The best kind of suicide is you just live your life separate from everyone else and you eat really bad food and play video games until you
That's not
gradually die.
that's not the best. That might be the worst. That might be the worst feeling one. Kasi parang, man, I don't wanna die like Hojo or like you para like you grow into your chair.
Oh
Ganon.
yeah.
Kasi like recently it's like I've been exercising a lot. Tas para I accidentally watched this video about how exercise helps yung
Yeah, your
it's
mental
it's
health.
it's it's more of the way that they turned it is actual motion in the body kind of helps your mind to think kasi that's your
Mm.
caveman mind thinking na oh I'm moving from one place to another so like I have to keep ano pero if you're
That's
just sitting
cool.
around your mind is
Yeah.
gonna think I'm safe, I'm actually safe, there's no tiger trying to eat me, ganon.
That's interesting.
Is it really or just
It is interesting. Jesus.
nagalit na? Is it really?
Sabi
Take
mo
my
lang yung
take my
don't
sincerity.
care.
I'm trying to be nice.
when this live stream goes off, you don't care.
Yeah, we go home to our own separate games and play and
We don't
ignore
even
each
go
other.
home. We're actually like
Already
literally.
home. Uh,
Okay, sige. So I don't know how
Word,
to end it.
word
yeah, I know.
association game.
Word association. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, anyway, sige. The word association game. I'll
Sige.
start. I'll start.
Okay.
I fucking hate this. I'll start. JUMP.
Sige. Giselle.
No.
Yung master planner.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Let's go with-
Me, I'm gonna go emo 2001 emo on this. And JUMP stands for just understand my pain.
I like that.
God.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who wins, Giselle?
Kasi master planner could be like very neutral at dark eh, kasi you don't know the plans. Eh.
What are the
Yeah,
plans?
well,
I am a master planner. I'll go with you super cringe one kasi
Thank you.
tense up yung taint ko and I needed to exercise a bit.
You felt a crack in your coccyx.
okay.
Ugh.
I'll think
let's
of
have
one.
a-
I'll think of one.
Oh, yeah, you go, River.
So 5 letters now, right? SHOOT.
Oh my god.
Sure.
Ako, I'll start. Sing hourly only omnipotent transients. Wow, I made a haiku. I'm Japanese.
Sing
Uh-huh.
hourly only omnipotent transients.
Isa lang Ghosts of Tsushima. Ako naman.
Kasi lang Ken Watanabe.
Sige. Super hot only original type of game, whatever.
I thought you were gonna say taint eh.
I thought I was thinking of waiting for you to say like singles, even though it's not there.
Yeah.
So wait, what's your T? Oh, is it type of game?
Type.
That's the phrase, but okay. I think I'll go with Giselle because he followed the rules.
Oh, fuck you. You don't like super hot.
He's Makoto.
Yeah.
He's
I am a
the
I'm a stickler for the rules.
Sige, sige. Ako.
6 letters.
6 letters. Fuck, ano pa ba?
Jump, shoot.
Hindi. Okay. A L
Al Jaffe.
Then. Fuck, I need to end this na. Okay. Ito. D O G M A and the number 2.
what? B-O?
GMA or NA?
DOGMA.
NA.
B-O.
DOG Dogma 2.
Hindi, Dogma. It's Dogma. DOGMA.
It's Dogma. Oh, M.
Oh,
Dogma 2.
Kevin Smith's not gonna be happy. Dogma 2. You restart, Ripper.
Fine. DOGMA 2. Damn. Our God makes a lot too.
Hell yeah. I like that.
Hate
I
it.
like that.
Oh. Oh. Dicks out. Dicks out. Good. Manly. Orifice. Too.
Okay. I'll go with River, and this game fucking sucks. Joke lang.
Okay, what do you guys got to plug?
That's good. Any plugs?
I actually have one.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Last week I brought back my old podcast, Don't Be Mean,
Hell
and
yeah.
nice.
I had a really good conversation with a friend named Andrew. We talked about finding passion in the pandemic and finding inspiration while you're in isolation, and we talked about like burnout and what it's like to find success in your 20s while you're not really doing anything because you're just trapped in your home. So it was a good conversation. Find it on my Don't Be Mean podcast page. Just type
Let's
Don't Be Mean. It's gonna show up, and I
let me
shared it
share.
on my page. So
I'll share it sa ating page.
yeah,
I'm such a fucking idiot. I thought, oh, Burnout is such a good game.
Yeah.
dude, I have this joke. I had this idea for a joke or a
Okay.
sketch where he's like, okay, guys, this is my TED talk about burnout. So Burnout was a game released in 2005 by Electronic Arts, and then you just go through all the Burnout games.
Burnout 2 was the pinnacle of the series because it introduced you in crash mode.
But by the time Burnout Paradise came out, the legacy of the games were in question.
Yes. Fucking
Okay,
that Avril
I'll
Lavigne song elevated it to another level.
I'll
And then
no
it just becomes a talk about the sugar-free album. Yeah, fucking
go to River has brought back in podcast and I have put my other podcast on hiatus because I realized I it's tiring to talk to people for 2 hours. What was I gonna say? Go oh expect Hiwaga on Pen Lab Day. It's gonna come out. Share it to friends who can read and yung group namin, yung Another Green World, we might do a podcast talking about yung production of the this one. And Andrew, do you have like any shows to
um
promote?
no, no, just working on material so wala pa akong shows. Pero I have pa-plug rin yung me and Red Olier played a bunch of Dutertards in one episode of his podcast. Just type Red Oliero comedian. And yeah, we play pro Duterte retards. It's pretty funny. It's funny.
That sounds great.
Uh, I'll end the podcast. Good night. We love you.
Goodbye. Keep gaming,
Bye.
gamers.
And
Don't kill
never
yourself.
Yeah.